Yo. Fucking Nintendo, dude. First they do Kill the Center, then they do a direct, then they shut down the eShop. Well, it's not actually shut down yet, but they're gonna. They're planning to. Which is just about as bad. I remember when the Nintendo DS online servers shut down. That was a sad day. That was a sad day. No more Tetris Online, no more Pokemon Battles Online. Was a sad day. Oh man, I got chills right there. Whew. Not like good chills, more like I'm cold chills. Alright. So. Been looking forward to this video. It's been a little bit. Basically, did you know gaming? But about Breath of the Wild secret shit. So, kind of interested in that one. So, we ain't stretch breaking, we eating. So I guess I use this guy. Nope, not that one. This one, this one. And then we scroll up, but yeah, this Did You Know Gaming, Breath of the Wild behind the scenes, scene secrets. So let's see what the secrets are.
Did you know? Breath of the Wild's prototype was originally centered around a real-life Japanese castle. One of the first...
Did I know that? I feel like maybe I heard that, but I don't actually know if I knew that.
decisions the game's director Hidemaru Fujibayashi made in development was to make his new reimagining of Hyrule big, really big. To help wrap their heads around the sheer size of it, his team built a prototype Hyrule the same size as Kyoto, the city where Nintendo headquarters is located. They thought about how frequently you'd come across convenience stores or mailboxes while walking across Kyoto, and used that to determine how often Link should stumble across elements like shrines, Koroks, and enemies.
That's actually kind of cool. I did not know that. And that is a pretty cool way to like come to that conclusion, I guess. Though it would be really cool to see what the Kyoto version of Breath of the Wild looked like.
To help decide how far apart to make Hyrule's landmarks, Fujibayashi's team used Google Earth and 3D mapping tools to inject models for many of Kyoto's landmarks, which means in the prototype, Link was exploring places like Kiyomizu-dera, a 400-year-old Buddhist temple. Small sections of this prototype would be shown at SEDEC 2017, a Japanese conference for game developers which is closed to the public.
Dude, I got so excited at first. He was like, they showed it? I was like, they showed it? No fucking way. And then closed to the public. No one leaked anything? No leakers? Come on.
Cameras were banned at the conference, but several photos surfaced in 2020, showing not only the Buddhist temple, but also Link skydiving into
Of course there was gonna be leaks. Nice.
Castle, an 83-room complex.
Oh wow, they like actually made the castle. Or I wonder if there was like some way they like imported this from Google Maps in a certain way, maybe.
Back to Japan's feudal
like something like that, like a conversion.
Himeji isn't actually located in Kyoto. It's in Hyogo, about 60 miles away, but Fujibayashi insisted on its inclusion as it's his favorite castle in all of Japan, and is generally regarded as the most
Damn. That thing is sick.
Impressive feudal castle to survive into the modern era. According to Fujibayashi, Himeji Castle stood at the center of the Kyoto prototype, occupying the space that eventually became Hyrule Castle in the final game. Gameplay footage is yet to surface, but in some Japanese interviews we had translated, the developers mentioned a few more landmarks found in the prototype, like Tenmangu, a shrine dedicated to Tenjin, the Shinto god of learning. Another was Kyoto Tower, the 400-foot steel spire, which is also the city's tallest man-made structure. character. Another was Kinkakuji, the Buddhist temple with a golden phoenix on top that also served as inspiration for the bell tower in Pokemon Gold and Silver. There was also Ginkakuji, a 500-year-old temple with a silver bird on its roof, also referenced in Pokemon through Lugia.
Yeah.
The Zelda team described the prototype as surreal, with some saying they felt like tourists, while
I wonder, it feels like I understand the initial idea of like sort of making it like Kyoto to then learn like how often you should run into stuff. But then I don't know, it sounds like they went really all out, but I don't necessarily understand the reasoning to go all out. I feel like once you had the main stuff that they wanted, why go into such detail for these other things? I don't know.
While others said climbing and jumping off castles and temples made them feel more like ninjas. The 1,200-year-old pagoda known as Toji Temple was in the prototype as well, and even an old village. But probably the strangest location was Kyoto Station, which in real life is a hub for both above-ground railroads and underground subway tracks. Measuring 15 stories tall, it's the second largest rail station in all of Japan, and it must have been pretty strange to experience as Link. Breath of the Wild was the biggest game Nintendo ever created, with the Zelda team starting off at just 10, then eventually peaking at around 300 developers.
That's a lot of people. I wonder what caused that number to go up that high. I'm assuming a lot of that is like making of assets, right? Like different art stuff, music stuff, sound effects, that kind of thing. I feel like it wouldn't be because of programming. Right? Maybe like dungeon design, because there's a billion of those, right?
As it neared completion. Nintendo even had to borrow 100 staffers from Xenoblade Chronicles developer Monolith Soft just to get past the finish line.
I didn't know that.
Shigeru Miyamoto said he specifically didn't want to bring on hardcore gamers, since they'd probably just try to improve upon what earlier games had already accomplished. He'd much rather hire designers with a wide array of skills and hobbies so they could introduce new ideas and a breath of fresh air. Breath of the Wild's producer Eiji Aonuma agreed with Miyamoto's philosophy, telling IGN, "I don't necessarily want to work with someone who's good at playing games. I'd rather work with people who maybe have an interest in climbing mountains or love scuba diving in the ocean. Just someone with a very different skill. And so maybe by having those skills, we can incorporate them into our games." Mountain climbing was one of Breath of the Wild's core mechanics, but underwater exploration like scuba diving was never implemented, at least not yet. One of Fujibayashi's personal hobbies is cave diving. Together with other Nintendo staffers, he's part of an adventure club that explores underwater caves.
Damn, that's badass. Dude, underwater caves are scary. Underwater caves are super scary. Hey, RPB. That's pretty cool that Nintendo has like an adventure club for the employees and they went fucking underwater caving. Jesus. We're learning about secrets behind Breath of the Wild.
Glitching Breath of the Wild's camera reveals underwater environments never seen during normal play, so it appears diving may have been experimented with during development.
I think I've seen this, that like it turns out there's stuff underwater.
And might find its way back into the series in a future installment.
Breath of the Wild 2?
Motorcycle riding, almost didn't make it into the game but was pushed through at the last minute. The idea was initially rejected due to its absurdity, but Aonuma, who rides a motorcycle in real life, kept pushing and pushing, even whispering to Fujibayashi, "The bike. The bike," until he finally agreed. As a small compromise, they settled on making motorcycle Link's reward for completing the final DLC, because even though it kind of breaks the game, at that point the game is already over. Initially, the team imported
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that that was a thing in the game.
The Master Cycle from Mario Kart 8 and test drove it around Hyrule, but to make sure Breath of the Wild's motorcycle was absolutely perfect, they bought the programmer an off-road bike so we'd have an intimate understanding of how Link should feel.
They bought the programmer a bike?
Producer Miyamoto.
They went by that pretty quick. They bought him a fucking bike? What the?
Miyamoto wasn't as involved in the game's prototyping as director Fujibayashi. Fujibayashi recalled showing the prototype to Miyamoto, saying, "When we first presented this to Mr. Miyamoto, we left little treats like rupees on the trees, but we also left other things in other places we thought he might go, but he just kept climbing trees, up and down. And so we got to the point where we go, do you want to look at other stuff? But he just kept on going. He spent about an hour just climbing trees."
I've heard that story. When Miyamoto just climbs trees for an hour. I've heard that exact quote. Because people keep making jokes about it. I don't think they mean one programmer. I think they meant the programmer specifically working on the bike. Like the guy that his main focus was making sure the bike works how it should and stuff.
That's when Fujibayashi knew they had something special, and from then on he frequently checked with Miyamoto to make sure he was happy with the game. But sometimes Miyamoto wasn't happy, and asked for changes.
Ooh.
For example, until halfway into development, Link could stab a sword into a rock face while climbing to take a break and regain stamina. But Miyamoto said the mechanic was ridiculous, as people can't realistically stand on top of a sword. Fujibayashi was aware that the game was already full of unrealistic fantasies, like how lightning isn't actually attracted to metal, wind from a korok leaf couldn't really push a sail, and even Link's glider was unrealistic. But in the end, Miyamoto was the boss, so the rock stabbing technique got cut. Initially,
It is interesting how certain things are just too much, or like certain things that seem not even that silly in comparison, but just are decided to be. Have you played a lot of Breath of the Wild? How broken would it have been to stab your sword in the metal wall or whatever and stand on it to regain stamina? Would that have been too OP?
to metal, wind from a as people can't realistically stand on top of a sword. Fujibayashi was aware that the game was already full of unrealistic fantasies, like how lightning isn't actually attracted to metal, wind from a korok leaf couldn't really push a sail, and even Link's glider was unrealistic. But in the end, Miyamoto was the boss, so the rock stabbing technique got cut. Initially, Fujibayashi considered including up to 120 items in Breath of the Wild.
120?
He came up with a list of original items, as well as every item from previous Zelda titles, like the hookshot. He told IGN, "In the early stages of development, we actually do some tests with double hook shots and just being able to kind of go anywhere, like Spider-Man. Your mobility
Okay, that would have been cool though, right?
and your speed was just kind of incredible. There's lots of fans in the staff, even at pretty high levels, who really like the hook shot and they kept bugging me about it. I eventually just had to say, no, there will be no hook shot in this game. Breath of the Wild is all about doing new things. Ultimately, he decided less is more, and whittled Link's arsenal down to just 4 Sheikah runes, although some items ended up being repurposed as weapons, like the boomerang and the korok leaf. The last item added to the game was Cryonis, adapted from the sand rod from A Link Between Worlds. Probably the strangest item that went unused was the spy drone. Alongside magnesis and remote bombs, official concept art shows a device that pops out of the back of the Sheikah slate and folds into a drone shaped like a dragonfly. Similar to how the Sheikah slate summons the motorcycle. According to concept art, the drone had a rotating camera on the bottom, which presumably would have set the camera's perspective to the Sheikah slate, as well as to the Wii U gamepad. Link's drone is pretty similar in appearance and function to the real-life Parrot AR drone, which may have been another one of those developer hobbies we talked about earlier. The AR drone was the world's first mass-market drone that ordinary consumers could purchase and fly right out of the box, no technical expertise required, and it was an international sensation, selling over 500,000 units between 2010 and 2013.
I've like never heard of this thing.
The exact same time Breath of the Wild entered development on Wii U. Just like Link's Dragonfly, AR drones were controlled with a tablet or smartphone, had a bottom-mounted camera, and sent live video directly into users' hands.
That is a lot of similarities.
Allowed Link to scout hard-to-reach locations, solve puzzles, or just have fun pestering animals or skimming the water's surface. The Dragonfly drone would have been perfect for the Wii U's unique hardware, with Link's point of view appearing on the TV screen while the drone's perspective appeared on the gamepad, with touch controls used
I wonder if it was cut late because of the fact that it was going to be on Switch.
Direction. AR drones were also capable of hands-free flight, either by following a set path directed by its owner, or instructed to simply follow its owner, which in Breath of the Wild would have made it possible to capture the kind of footage shown off in the game's trailers. To be clear, though, the concept art doesn't specify hands-free flight, so we can only speculate how the Dragonfly would have functioned if it hadn't been cut. When Nintendo decided to release Breath of the Wild simultaneously on both Wii U and Switch, some exclusive gamepad gamepad features got thrown out so both versions would offer an identical experience. The only function confirmed by pre-release footage was map access, but that footage also shows a button to access additional functions. Fans assume item management was one of them, but apparently the cuts were much deeper than just quality of life improvements. According to Fujibayashi, disabling the gamepad meant even the game's story had to be changed. Just a few days before launch, he said, "When it was originally just for the Wii U, we had touch controls, but we had to remove them. We felt the way the Sheikah slate is represented in the game and how we use the gamepad in real life synced really well. So when we had to remove it, I did feel like,
sucks.
it's too bad we had to do that. And because it was so tied into the scenario, we did have to go back and redesign and rethink the scenario."
Damn. I mean, I'm glad it ended up on the Switch. But it does make you wonder what the changes were and everything.
In the end, they made it so the Wii U gamepad literally does nothing. It's just a black screen when you're playing on the TV.
That's brutal.
And if you switch gameplay to the gamepad, the TV then goes black. Conversely, there were also some ideas that only would have been possible on Switch that got scrapped so the game could still run on Wii U, like HD Rumble-based gameplay, which Eiji Aonuma says will probably make its way into the sequel. As he explained it, the Switch's HD Rumble allows you to experience what a character feels when they touch something. For example, when they take an object in hand, you can feel it through the vibrations. It's a rather interesting approach and adds more realism, and we wanted to develop gameplay around it. It wasn't time constraints that kept us from implementing these ideas, but the fact the Wii U and Switch versions had to be identical. But in the future, we'll be free from this limitation caused by the dual console connection, so we'll be able to use it in the next Zelda. In the game's...
Damn though, imagine if they made the second Breath of the Wild have to be Wii U compatible. That would have been such a weird choice.
Build,
I'm glad they aren't.
players collect resources to convert an empty slice of Hyrule into a quaint village called Tari Town. But despite being a fan favorite, Tari Town was actually a much less ambitious version of its original concept, which would have allowed players to customize their creations any way they wanted. In other words, a little more Animal Crossing and a little less fetch quest.
Oh, that would have been neat.
Aonuma, originally, we wanted to make something players can build on their own. The backside of that story is actually when we were creating Breath of the Wild, the planners wanted a part of the game that could use game design tools and not rely on the programmers. So that's how Tari Town and also the house came about. In Creating a Champion, an art book that describes lots of ideas changed in development, lead structural artist Manabu Takehara appears to be providing more details on that original concept, and seems to imply that houses could be constructed all across Hyrule, rather than restricted to one small area.
Whoa,
He says,
that would have been
"These
neat.
square rooms are simply stacked together and locked into place. Then you can add a wooden deck or flower bed in whatever way you choose. They can be freely and easily arranged as well. Of course, they are easy to break down and can be transported later as you see fit. Will Bolson be able to rebuild Hyrule with his innovative stacked construction? However, in the final game, all methods of customization were ultimately stripped out, and every player's town ends up looking exactly the same. But it's worth noting that the original, more personalized concept is still reflected in the final game's architecture. Unlike the rest of Hyrule with its more traditionally built homes, the homes in Tari Town are built from stacked containers, because they were initially intended to be rearranged and relocated. Alongside some animal-based ideas that were implemented, like horses eating apples and shaking off water, early concept art also shows some ideas that didn't make the game's final cut. Like horses swaying in tune to nearby music, and sticking their heads through windows while Link's inside a house, as if to say,
"Hey, what you doing?" Did they actually write that?
"Hey, what you doing?" Cuckoos can be seen sitting on Link's head, seemingly against his will, and a giant Cucco was considered as a flying steed, presumably because their usual glide mechanic from earlier games was made redundant by the glider. Concept art also shows Link petting a dog, and the developers even explored giving dogs the ability to talk. Feedback from fans actually made Fujibayashi reconsider the level of animal interactivity for Breath of the Wild 2, telling IGN, "In the game it seems like you can do anything, but what it really is are all these interlocking systems where you actually have a pretty limited number of actions that can do a ton of different things. So we would actually have to put in a custom action just for petting a dog that couldn't really be used for anything else. But finding out that people want to pet dogs gives me a lot of motivation, a lot of ideas for things we can put into the
petting dogs in Breath of the Wild 2 confirmed?
sequel. Speaking of animals, concept art also shows 6 unused divine beasts.
Whoa, those are crazy looking.
like a manta ray and submarine-themed whale, who it's probably safe to assume were planned for Hyrule's ocean. And this giant mechanical crab was probably meant for a
Giant
beach
enemy
environment.
crab.
There was also a brontosaurus surrounded by lightning, which is fitting since brontosaurus is actually a Greek word meaning thunder lizard, possibly
Oh,
considered
I didn't
for an
know that.
area that's always storming, like Thundra Plateau. A land-walking jellyfish appears to be based on the tripods from War of the Worlds, and another is possibly based on a chimera from Greek mythology, which are usually depicted as lion-goat hybrids with a snake for a tail. Or it could be a Brazilian headless goat, a legendary creature with flames instead of a head. Even
Wait, what? Wait, what was that? I've never heard of that.
a legendary
Brazilian headless mule that the head's on fire? What's going on in Brazil?
creature with flames instead of a head. Even the champions could have been different. In place of Rivali, concept art shows a whip-wielding Kokiri champion, suggesting an entire village
would've been
like
cool,
Kokiri
Kokiri
Forest
guy.
was considered as well. As for Link, the art team submitted over 100 designs before deciding on the Link we know today.
What is this, dude? What is this? Can you imagine? Why does he have a guitar?
Interestingly, the reason Link wears blue in the final game is thanks to the pajamas from Wind Waker. In a Famitsu interview we translated, art director Satoru Takizawa said in the early stages of development, they imported Link in his pajamas into Breath of the Wild just as a placeholder. But later on, when they were remodeling Link's design, they realized the blue stood out against Hyrule's green landscapes, and decided to use Link's
there you go.
pajamas as the basis for the champion's tunic.
Nice.
Eventually, the PJs were added to Breath of the Wild via DLC, not only because of its significance during development, but also because it's Eiji Aonuma's favorite outfit. He said he wears it
Nice.
to work,
You
to
look, he's
promotional
wearing it.
events, and he even wears it off the clock. Although he admits the lobster design doesn't actually make sense, since there's no lobsters in Hyrule, even in Wind Waker. To build a gigantic open world, Fujibayashi instituted a new strategy he called open air development. He felt that one of the problems weighing down Skyward Sword was that the team got so big, the opinions of the younger staff got drowned out by the older developers who had seniority. So for Breath of the Wild, he set up a whole new system, which was basically an in-game version of Reddit. Every 3 to 6 months, the
in-game version of Reddit. Uh-oh. I don't know, but that doesn't give me good hope, but you know.
entire team spent about a week playing the game start to finish, and throughout their journey, anyone could anonymously post signs saying which parts
okay, anonymous. Okay, alright, that's better.
of the game they liked and which parts they didn't like. If another developer saw their sign and agreed, they could upvote it, and at the end of the week, the signs with the most upvotes let Fujibayashi know which sections of Hyrule needed to be changed the most, regardless of the voters' seniority within the company. Fujibayashi also hooked
Alright, that's actually pretty well done then. If it was truly anonymous, then that was pretty cool.
up an early version of the Hero's Path to all the developers' playthroughs, and had a giant TV in his office so he can monitor their progress. Using his subordinates like guinea pigs, he watched where they were going, where they lost hearts, and where they were dying, and used the data to decide where to increase or decrease difficulty spikes.
Damn, that's some fucking data analysis, okay.
For example, he said in Famitsu that everyone kept falling to their deaths climbing the Sheikah Towers, so they were redesigned to make them a little less dangerous. Initially, Nintendo's higher-ups didn't like the idea of pausing development so everyone could play the game beginning to end, since
yeah, of course they didn't. They want the fucking money.
Expected it would delay the game's release, but eventually they were won over by Fujibayashi's strategy, and agreed it was actually speeding things up in the long run. Fujibayashi explained to Edge magazine that by understanding the game as a whole by playtesting it, our developers could understand what the colleague next to them was working on. It's horizontal information sharing. We overcame the boundaries of roles, which often isolates information. This had quite a huge effect on the project.
Damn.
When the testers discovered bugs in the game, like how you can use magnesis on a metal object to propel a boat like a motor, or fly across Hyrule on a flying log, or float through the sky in a minecart, Fujibayashi told them they should only fix the bug if it hampered the experience, but if it was fun, they should leave it in. The
Based. Absolutely fucking based. Leave it in. Hell yeah.
developers' guiding philosophy for Breath of the Wild was breaking conventions, a mantra they adhered to even for the game's music. After heavy
that was cool.
deliberation,
Blowing
sound
that shit
designer
up.
Hajime Wakai chose piano as the game's central instrument, but doubted his decision up to the very last minute. Instead of piano, he almost centered the soundtrack around the dulcimer, and if he had,
The
Breath of the
dulcimer.
Wild would have sounded something like this. The the sound team wanted to include some classic Zelda series melodies, but Wakai made it a rule they couldn't reuse old music for cheap fan service. So for some tracks, they composed reimaginings, like the Hyrule Castle and Ganon's Lair themes, but they also went out of their way to hide some iconic themes, a few of which you can only hear by speeding up or slowing down the game's soundtrack.
Ooh, okay, this is gonna be cool.
Like the title theme from Zelda 1, revealed in the nighttime horse riding music when you double the tempo.
Okay, original. Oh wow, because it's double speed.
And Zelda's Lullaby,
That's cool.
found in the daytime riding music by tripling the tempo.
Tripling the tempo? Damn, they really fucking hit some shit. That's so cool.
Quadrupling the tempo for Breath of the Wild's house interior music reveals the same theme from Ocarina of Time.
Doot, doot, doot. Boop, boop, boop. Ah, look at that.
Ocarina's Temple of Time melody is hidden in the new Temple of Time music, but slowed down and broken up with pauses.
Forgot how like spooky it sounds. Been a little bit. Oh yeah, it is really slow. Okay.
And the music for the Rito's original home, Dragon Roost Island, can be heard by speeding up the music in their new home, Rito Village.
Mm-hmm. Bro, this game is sick. What the heck?
And finally, this theme made its debut in Zelda 1 as the Recorder.
The
which was
actual
later reprised
classic.
for Ocarina of Time's title theme.
Yep, yep.
Then eventually made its way into Breath of the Wild's shrine music, made a little more apparent when you slow it down.
Okay.
Did you also know Retro Studios almost made a post-apocalyptic Zelda spin-off on Wii, and that Ubisoft
Actually,
almost
I did know that. Surprisingly.
made
Yo.
Wind Waker 2 on Game Boy Advance? If you want to hear
Sup?
about 9 Zelda games that died on the vine, or learn even more about Breath of the
We
Wild,
just finished this video about secret Breath of the Wild stuff.
like button. It helps us in our war against the YouTube algorithm. And subscribe if
Are
you
you
want to see more
supping
videos just like this one. Thanks for
because, I don't know, just saying hi or some other reason? New emotes? Whoa. Yeah, it didn't actually register to me there that you used the think emote. I was like, oh, of course, Mario uses the think emote or the thonk emote because, you know, that's that, you know. But then I realized that it's on Twitch and not in Discord, and I was like, oh, wait. Wait a second. That's actually a difference. This was the video we watched. Just doing my proper thing of sharing it, because that's kind of what you're supposed to do. Did you know gaming, of course. Awesome, as always. My plan at the moment is to go put this bowl away and then come back and begin new video game. I'm anticipating that we're not planning to do Unite tonight, right? I feel like it would be bad luck. But I'll be back in a moment. Hello. Far Cry if he responds. Capital D colon. Capital D colon. Alright, I need to have this thing translated to English. And then we gotta do this thing. Okay. Water. Dude, I feel like next time we play, it's just gonna be, I don't know, either those first like 2 weeks of the season, all the 5 stacks finished, and now they're not doing that and they're doing custom games, or we got lucky or something. I don't know. The Pokemon gods were on our side, yeah. But it was like so obvious that, I don't know. It's frustrating to see how obvious it is that when we don't play against 5 stacks, like we're winning like so often. But then you 5 stack and then obviously it's a 5 stack, so you fucking lose. Pretty frustrating, I would say. Let me hide that thing. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah. Okay. All right. It is time. It's time for another one. We're at the top 3. Only 3 remain. Number 3, I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce this. Hako Tsukami. 3rd place overall out of like 300 games that were made. This is definitely made by the guy that has made some other games we've played. Actually, I can prove it probably. Yep. We played both of these two, which were also award winners. So I imagine this one will also be a puzzle game that will be quite fun. So let's find out. Oh, I closed the tab apparently. Okay, Hako Tsukami. Dragbox is the name? That's not what that says. But okay, Dragbox. Alright, directions. Move the box with the mouse and aim for the goal. Players can move and jump. Red by clicking and dragging U. Can move the box to places you couldn't go or move other things. If distance you knew to box goal is short, clear the mission. Alright, that was some rough Google Translate. Method of operation. Menu. Cursor in WSD. Things. Okay, game. WASD are arrows to move. Space is pause. R is retry, and mouse is move the box. Alright, well, we'll find out, I guess. Time to crop. Time to crop. Game window's so much smaller than some of the last ones we've been doing. But that's okay. That's still a smidge. There we go. Small game. Now, big game. Okay. It has its own music. That's good. I like the music. You like music? Okay. How's that? Is that loud or soft? Wait, I didn't even do anything. How did that... You can move the red blocks by dragging them with the mouse. Okay. And I move like this. Can I kill? Oh, I just walked behind it. Oh. Oh, I can jump. Oh, and then I can... Oh, I can move it while I'm holding it. Okay. I understand. So that was tutorial. Okay, so now... Damn, he always makes so... They always make so many. Okay, so... Okay, I died. Reset. So, in order to get 3 stars or whatever, you want you want to have me move as little as possible. See? So now we get the double check marks. So, oh, it drops down. Wait, does it? Oh, interesting. I was gonna say, does it count as moving when it's falling? But no, it doesn't. All right, let's reset it. I didn't even mean to do that. We can move the treasure. Oh. I was gonna move it over to jump on it. Shit. Okay, reset. So it's obviously gotta be... Oh. Can I, like, jump out for it? Shit. Okay, try again. Okay, alright. You can't catch it. You can't catch it. 70? 70. $70? Oh, I get it. There we go. Okay, that's how we get 70. Can I make this fall over? I can. That's kind of sweet. Okay. Oh, sweet. I'm a gamer. Can I move this thing? No. Okay, and that blocks me. Okay, okay. Can I move this through this? Oh! Oh, what the heck? That was not what I was planning to happen, but that was pretty cool. Aw, reset it though. I think it was 50, right? Ah, shit. I messed up the jump. Nice. Okay, this is cool. This is pretty cool. I'll admit. How do I do this one? I was trying to catch it. Wait, can I, yeet this? I can yeet it. Confirmed yeetable. Can I just drop that and then make the jump? I can. 10? Damn. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Sleepy? That's rude. 15. Oh, it killed me. Okay. It is cute. Look at our dude. Wait a second. How do I... Nice. These ones are easy, so it is kind of snoozy. Can I... Okay, I cannot. Okay, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to... Oh, I wanted to, like, throw it and have it kill a bunch of them, but it doesn't feel like I can do that. Huh. Okay. I have a feeling that's gonna be too much, but 50. Shit. It's close though. Shit. Okay, I need to move this by 5. Oh, got there. Let's go. Big brain. I feel like that's gonna be too much, right? 25. Oh, I get it. Yeah, you use that one to hit that one. I get it. Some little pool action, some billiards. There we go. Okay, okay. Oh, right, I can kill myself on it. Perfect catch. I'm gonna guess it has to be less than 100. Oh, got there? 105. Can I just... Oh. Can I... Oh, that... Okay. That would have been cool if I could, like, hit the one I was on and then hit myself over there. Oh, that actually almost worked. Hold on. Okay. The physics are cool. That's also cool. A lot of this is, like, pretty intuitive, which means it's well made. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Here it comes. I jumped too early. Damn. Okay. I did not expect the character to slide like that. Get there! Oh. There we go. Gotta be like 20, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I wanted to like throw it over this. I almost had it. Damn. I feel like I can do this. What if I, like, rebound it off the right side? No. Oh, that looked close. Oh! I don't know if that was good enough. Yeah. Close, close. Oh, that was not quite 45 anyway. There it is. There it is. Now what? Well. I guess let's beat it so that I can see what... Can I even go through the center here? Oh, I can't. Okay. I don't know what they have the name for this guy, but... I'm guessing that's too much. Oh! Alright, never mind. Oh, I was thinking I could use that as a ramp. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what they want me to do, but I think I used a little too much movement. Yeah, not even close. Okay. So if you do the minimum of that, it falls down. Can I do this and then have it work? Oh, not quite. Okay. That's not right. Yeah, that uses too many. Alright, so we get this. 50, we have to get more than... How do we do that better? 55. I'm just wondering if there's something like that where you like hit it. Can I grab it while it's moving? Aha! I can grab it like that while it's moving. That's gotta be. Hell yeah. Okay. Don't think that's... Yeah. I was like, I think I moved that bad. Go back, go back. Kind of cruising here. I feel like some of the other games I've played by this guy, the levels take me way longer. Yeah, so he kind of made it so you can't really sneak it in there. So I'm wondering what is supposed to be done instead. $45. Okay, I think I can do that. Look. So close. Okay. I want to bounce that one to knock it over because it uses a couple less points. 5. There we go. Nice. So this thing can move if I bounce it. I can get over here. And then they want me to, like, poof that thing up there. Okay. Oh. Oh. Alright. I didn't expect that to happen. That took a lot of movement, though. Yeah. There's got to be a better way to do that. And then the last 5. I feel like the difficulty's gonna ramp up a shitload or something. Oh, hello. Maybe something like that? Oh, hello. God damn it. Still covers it. Whatever, let's finish it and reset it. Reset it, go back. What can I do to... Because 90 is already there. I need to get under 90 to know what the next number is. So I'm missing something. Putting this on top does nothing. Doing a thing like that moves it, but you have to use way more points to do that. That's interesting. It is a big square, so maybe I gotta catch it. That still used too much Okay, can't catch it. Gaming reactions. How am I gonna get an under 90? I can't even get under 90 on this one. I told you it would ramp up. There's always one level. There's always one level. Wait, I'm stupid. I'm still stupid, but... Okay, I gotta catch the block. Yeah, I'm dumb. I'm dumb. Oh. I jump up there. Oh, 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 get there. Let go. Oh, that has to be like a fucking world record. Let's go. Kill those. Walk through. Hell yeah. Give it to me. Oh, he's crushed that. 45? I was under fucking 45. Okay. Oh, I can't go through. I was gonna go through here and then smash that. But instead... And we can't really, Wait a second. Ha ha ha! This still feels like a lot, though. But that was cool. It might still be that idea. Oh. Is that, yeah, that's already like at least 50. And then you have to get 90. I feel like it starts with throwing this thing upwards, like I have been doing. I just need to get it again. Okay. Because this thing can't fit down here. Come on. Get up there. Get up there. I need fucking 5 stars. Okay. Oh. Maybe if I can throw it far enough, then I can use the box to push it down. You know what I mean? God damn. Stupid box. Why is it? I feel like I was nailing this throw before, and now I'm like not getting it ever. What the hell? Yeah, see, that's not far enough though. I need like a perfect throw. Oh yeah, and I guess I gotta like... What the fuck? Why? Why you no go forward? Get over it! Go! That's kind of what I need, and then I need to like... Okay, well. I think that's the key though, is that I have to get a throw that pushes it far enough that I can use the box, the little box to push it. This is like super obnoxious. I have to move this one every time, so it's like a prep stage. I feel like that throw was the same as all the others. I don't know what was different. Breathe. Okay, alright. See how it is? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Why? 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 Why sometimes? Wait, what happened when I squished it? Oh, that just glitches it. Okay. I don't think we want to do that either. I don't think we want to do that either. Jesus fucking Christ. How was I getting this throw so often and now I can never get it? Diagonal. Diagonal. Oh, that kind of had it a little. Barely. It wasn't enough, though. Oh! Still not even close. Yeah. Literally has to be like first try. Okay. No, it was too much. Ugh, that was it. Okay. Oh, because it was still under the edge. Okay, we know it's doable now, though. I mean, I know I'm already over 90, but... Okay. Alright, alright. Fuck. Yeah, see, it's like, that's like, not quite enough. This feels like really tight. It almost makes me feel like I'm not doing the right thing. Like this somehow isn't the strat. $92? Wait, where's the treasure? Wait, where'd the treasure go? wait, come back! I guess it doesn't matter because it was over 90, but what just happened? Where did it go? Apparently there isn't a ceiling there. Or there's something up there that we don't know about. Secret stuff. Okay, alright. We just need a better throw. I like wanna almost not move this first box that I had, like the small box. Yeah. Punted it into outer space, exactly. Okay, that was a little glitchy, but I think that's kind of what you need to do. Yeah, I have to make sure this one's going first, I guess. Shit. Come on, use my weight. Alright, alright, alright. Oh, yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing, isn't it? Oh man, that's gonna be so glitchy and annoying. I feel like you're supposed to like jump over. Like, I feel like it's supposed to be like this. Except I can't do both at the same time. Like jump and then I move this one to catch him and you jump over this but don't hit the spikes. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But I still think I used too much space. Oh, I didn't. Nice. Okay. I mean, we can cheat just to get a rundown and see the numbers. I feel like... Yeah, it's like something like that, where like I'm supposed to punch it in to be held. Except I didn't do it right. Yeah, that's gotta be it though. Yeah. Boom, 50. I tried. Okay. Probably too much. Yeah. Close though. Oh, 46. World record. Huh. Oh. Okay. Okay, that was glitchy. Let's just get a number. 50, okay. And this to here is 50. So obviously it's not more than that. Get there! Okay. I think it can be something like that. Like, do that and then jump on another one. It's gonna be kind of hard to time it though. Yeah, I have to like it's weird because I have to like keep my eye on multiple things at the same time. Yeah, that was way too much. Yeah, also something that's annoying is like if you like click and then drag down here, then it has like the teleport. It's not annoying because like I think that is probably how it should work, but it's annoying when you're trying to like quickly go around a corner, like how I am in this one, so that I can gotta get down here to catch myself jumping thing. That still doesn't feel right. Something about that just ain't right. Wait a second. I wonder if you could... Can you like catapult one to do the other? I don't know. There's something weird going on. Oh. Okay, so you could like do something like that, I guess. But still, what, it's 25, it's like 20, I guess if I do this, that's the minimum. Yeah, jumping on the moving platform is glitchy as fuck. I mean, we're almost, wait. Oh, there's more than... We only saw 25 before. We didn't know there was more. Okay. I think it's 30, because I think his other games are... Their other games are usually 30 levels. Uncertain here. What if I did this? Oh! No, 25! Okay, alright. Still, though. Okay, that killed me. No, that killed me. Alright, that was kind of funny though. That was kind of funny though. How do I avoid that? How do I avoid getting killed by that? Okay. How do I avoid getting killed by that? Get lucky slash. I kind of ran to the right as I threw and hoped that that would have me hit the thing first. I don't know. Yeah, that was like a weird looper thing there. So I can't open this because I need the key. Alright, that was not how I anticipated that to happen. Okay. I think I'm hitting it too hard. Okay, okay, I got it. Okay, not like that. I need to like wedge it between the pink block that I can move and the, like that. Now I'm holding the square still to the right to pinch. Shit. Let's go. Nice. Dude, I got 20 and the minimum is for the double check is 85. I fucking nailed that. Let's go. Okay. I assume the number is gonna be a lot lower than this. Yeah. I'm guessing I have to like yeet this thing. Don't kill me. Alright, too high. Okay, too low. This thing in the corner is annoying. Get there. Nice. Oh shit. Double keys. Double keys. We have 3 pink things? I mean... I was kind of hoping that would make it a little bit lower, so that I could jump up. I was thinking like, oh, if this knocks this down, then I can jump up on top of it, go get that, run across, get that, come back, sort of thing. Yeah, you know, like something like that, though. Okay. Don't kill me. It killed me. Alright, we're gonna use a lot of points just to try and make sure we can get a run. Okay, I messed that up, but if I get across here... Alright, then I still have to jump across to here. And then, can I make this jump? I can, yeah, so... Okay, alright. The reason it makes sense to do the ramp this way, though, is because you can't really do it this way without, you know, you're over here. So you can't walk up a ramp that's the opposite direction. Okay, that's pretty good. Alright. I was hoping that was not gonna happen. Make that jump. Don't die to the block, don't die to the block, don't. I tried to jump, but it was pushing me down and... Okay. think that's gonna be too much, but whatever. We'll get one run in. It's probably like the level 1 check, yeah. 50, huh? 50's tough. Oh. So close. So close to like everything here. Because basically, if I was on this thing, then I'm pretty sure I win. Get that thing, jump back on the pink, go over, etc. Well, I don't think that was supposed to happen. I'm gonna go ahead and say I broke the game on that one. Yeah, doing this and getting squished. The game doesn't like that. No, I moved past 50. I basically need to do like a move and drop. Maybe if I put it on the edge and then drop. Okay, that's a really good start, actually. That's like the perfect start. Oh, that's it. There it is. There it fucking is. Perfect clear, baby. 1 hour flat. 1 hour flat. Let's go. I feel like I did that one so much faster than, I like the claps. Wait, can I make it, like, repeat? I couldn't tell if I was getting the claps to overlap or not. Hard to say. Here's the folks that made it. Bob S. Bogane Games. Music, etc. They had it default on English too. Okay, let's look at some comments because we'll do that before I give my final thoughts. Was funny. Was easy if it's just clear. It was good I had to make 1 twist and 2 twists to perform for perfection. I was crushed by the block. I was moving in the tutorial. I cleared everything for the time being. Once I knew how to do it, it was really fast and fun. It was fun. I found myself doing it for 2 hours. I was surprised to be able to clear the title screen properly. If you operate it well, it will be judged that the distance traveled is shorter than the distance you actually traveled. So if you use it, you can significantly shorten the specified distance. The feeling of using the mouse and keys was unique and novel. Really interesting, innovative. All stages were perfect. It was refreshing to forcibly solve other blocks and treasure chests by physics calculations. Yeah, it was definitely fun to muck around with the physics to be able to get it all. Oh, GM Shara, able to clear everything except 23. Invisible behavior adjustments. I don't know what the translation for that was supposed to be, but tiny. Even though I'm operating both of them myself, I feel like I'm helping with the mouse. It's getting better and better. Fun. I am happy with the elements of the game. The quality is too high. Yeah, it was awesome. Hold on, scroll down. Match it, match it. Perfect. Wait, so I can move. Wait, I can move the main menu? How do I did not know this. Oh, but I can't move my character. I can move my character. Oh. Oh, so that's kind of neat. You could mess around with the main menu, like the menu, like that. You have to move the guy with the box. Oh, Secret stage? I can't move the box anymore. Wait, does that mean in this mode I can also move something? No. And yeah. Which one was 23? Oh, this one. This one was tricky. You have to like use the big box to push the treasure chest up. Yeah. That one was tricky. But that is all to say. I expected it to be a good one just because they've made good games, like similar type puzzle games, but with different twists and stuff. They've done it again. I mean, they did it again. A cool twist, physics, box moving stuff. It was challenging when you had to do ones where like you're moving the key, but you're also like using the mouse at the same time. There was a couple that were pretty tricky there that were neat. I felt like I fucking flew through that though. 1 hour to 100%. Felt good. But yeah, drag box, or I guess they pronounced it also Hakotsukami, maybe. Either way, that was really fun, and it totally makes sense why they got 3rd place. I mean, that was a hell of a package. So, see you in the next one. Woo! That was pretty good, chat. I thought that was pretty good. I did say that I thought the game would take me like an hour. Remember, if you remember the end of Sunday's stream, I said, I don't want to start the next Unity game, this puzzle one. I feel like it's going to take me minimum an hour. And it did take me minimum an hour. Because I've played that guy's other games. That one I think was actually the easiest of the ones that I've done. I'm a little worried about this next one though. I'm not gonna lie. I'll tell you why. Next up, we have number 2, 2nd place, overall, immediate detective Poirot? I don't know. But their 2nd place, it's gotta be good, and it's got multiple amusement, painting's usually art style, and operability awards. So it's gotta be good. I'm a little concerned it might have too much Japanese for me to handle, but we'll find out. Damn, that loaded quick. Usually they take a little while. Let's check the introduction. Akechi Poirot, I don't know, is a great detective. I'm a great detective, so I'm really busy. You can only spend 5 seconds on one incident. Alright, let's correctly identify which is the culprit from the situation in cases the incident itself has not happened. This sounds wild. Okay. Keyboard, menu selection, enter menu decision, decide the criminal. Mouse, menu selection, menu decision. Oh, you could do either or, okay. Alright, well, I think this could be silly. This one has potential to be pretty silly. Which I'm up for that. I'm up for a little bit. We just used our brain power, so now it's time to do silly 50-50s. At least that's what I'm getting from this, but we'll see, I guess. So since this is square sized, that means chat's gonna get to be bigger, and I'm gonna get to be bigger. Where's chat? I guess chat's not really that much bigger, but you have your dedicated area now. So there you go. Dedicated chat space. Dedicated chat space. Okay. So, let's see if the game has music. Options. Okay. It has some music. Whoa, that was like a glitchy noise. Is this gonna like drop into a big song now? Okay. Alright, it's dropping in a little more. I'm waiting for like some crazy thing to happen in the song here. Ooh, okay, I guess it's just whatever you, how would you even describe what this music is. I'm not good on music like genres, but it's pretty relaxing. But like it's also upbeat at the same time. It's weird. It's like both. Okay, so oh man, it got all right. Let's go. I mean, I don't really know what's happening, so we'll find out. I lost? What happened? Oh, I accidentally pressed the right arrow. Okay. Never mind. Back, the old lady. The clown with a hammer. The arrow. Arrow's pointing at that guy. Devil man? Chainsaw. Lady with a gun. Sword man. Hammer. What? Oh, okay. Okay. I think it's because of this symbol? They drew it in their blood, right? Get it? But isn't that the symbol? What is that symbol? Is that the male-female symbol? Oh, it is. Okay. Yeah. That's the female symbol. Okay, that makes sense. Continue. Knife. That guy's shaking. I don't know. Arrow. That guy with a hammer. Chainsaw. Gun. Sword on the old man. What? How? Because he's green? That means he got poisoned by a mushroom? Is that what that means? Damn. I don't know if I should have known that or not. I'm assuming the text was maybe going to explain it. Oh, female again. All right. I got distracted by this text down here. Okay. Detect. This guy's shaking. Arrow. Female. Green. Wait, they both have items. Gunshot, though. Gunshot in the head. That in the head. Shark. Wait, a shark? Female. No, it was male sign. Ah. Okay, old lady. Also old lady. What? But he has a knife in him. This guy has something in his hand. So it would be the guy that doesn't have something in his hand. I disagree with this one. All of the others, I've been like, okay, I get it. But this one, this is messed up. He's got a knife in his body. So the knife had to come from somebody, and it should have came from this guy. Maybe there's an explanation here that I don't know how to read, but I'm just saying. Female. Male. Knife? Gunshot. Sliced in half. This one? Poison with a snake. Sliced in half. Poison with a snake. Male. Oh, it's the footprints. It's the footprints. Okay, I get it. I did the same logic of he has a chicken in his hand. Why would he be the one that did it? She has nothing. It's the footprints. Okay, we're learning. Shaking guy. Knife. Footprints. Star? No, that was devil. That was silly. Obviously, the devil fucking bit his head off. Okay. Run it back. Shaking person. Male. Female. Dinosaur? Gunshot. Saw in half. Hammer. No, that's an axe. Eaten. Sliced. Arrow. Chainsaw. Female. Shaking. That one. What the heck? I don't know what the clock thing was. Monkey! Gunshot. Arrow. Footpath. Axe. Lady. Sliced. Arrow. Shaking? Dinosaur? Oh. Okay, I understand what the clock means, I think. I think the clock means, like, this is when they died. This is when there's an alibi, the green. And then the ungreen is, like, when it's not accounted for. Oh. Okay. Where does 25 put me, though? Let's check in. It's been... Oh, my God. Look at these scores. 150. 151 Pokemon? Mew? Also, I think the... actually, I'm going to let this time out. I think the crop is incorrect. Yeah, the crop is messed up. Let me fix it. Honestly, it's probably better for me to be zoomed in for the thing anyway, but this is technically more correct. Okay. All right, let's go again. Knife, male, shaking, sword, axe, gun, old lady with a gun, chawed in half, bitten, axe, arrow, sliced, chainsaw, male, arrow, shaking, shake. Bro, I haven't seen this. What is this? It's the lady from The Ring? What the fuck is that? Bro. Damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. The only good thing is that at least this was like an only small run, but imagine I've never seen this, so I'm just like looking for anything else, and they drop this when you're on like a 90 bomb. That would fucking suck. So we're still, that means there's still new stuff maybe. I thought after seeing the gorilla that like, okay, surely I've seen everything, right? Apparently not. Apparently not. This game's sick though. Knife. Lady. Axe. Poison. Gun. Dinosaur. Saw. Lady. Demon. Axe. Poison. Male. Male. Evil, the ring lady. Axe. The fuck is that? Flowers? Poison? This one, because no alibi. Chainsaw. Path. Knife. Zombie? We definitely had not seen a zombie yet. Female. Flower thing. Arrow. Shaking? Bro, what the fuck is in his hand? What is that? Tell me what that is. I don't think we've seen that. He's shaking because he's scared of the lady. No, sometimes shaking is just like... they're trying to play it cool, but they're not playing it cool. What is this one? I don't understand this. I need help. I need help. What is this? Broken bottle. Oh, yeah, it is a broken bottle. I think you're right. I think you're right. Let's see if the translation works, though. Text could not be recognized. Yeah, I didn't think it would work. Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Broken bottle. There was a couple things though I saw there for the first time. I don't know if it was flowers or whatever, but then it was. So I saw that, and then zombie was another one. I think that was my highest score though. That was a 29. Lady. Shaking. Poison. Slice. Chainsaw. Shark. Arrow. Lady. Path. Chainsaw. Zombie in a hospital. The drawing. Lady. Shark. No, that's not lady. Reset. Shaking. Male. Demon man. Slice. Poison. Shark on the beach. Poison. Lady. Knife. Gun. Arrow. Bottle. Oh, we got it that time. We got the bottle. Demon lady. Ring lady. See the flower thing or whatever that is? Those red things? Monkey. Lady. Dinosaur. Slice. The man. Demon. Path. Lady. Man. Lady. Monkey. 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 Knife. Lady. That one. Man. Poison. What? What? She's got the poison. Wait, why are there cameras? Are those cameras normally there? What? But he has like a beach ball. I mean, that's definitely a score for me, but still wondering. I don't actually understand why that is that, not that one. How is it not ring lady with poison? Is that supposed to be a mushroom? No, that doesn't look like a mushroom, because the mushroom looks different. Is it because we're on a movie set, so therefore it's not her anymore? I gotta pay attention next time we're on this level if it has cameras. It's really all I can do. Just next time I'm there, look out for that, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. Gun. Poison. See, that's a mushroom. Oh, that was my fault. Wrong button. Alright, reset. The man. Shaken man. Knife man. Axe man. Poison snake. Slice. Gun. Slice. Zombie. Man. Arrow. Knife. X. Ring lady. Time? Arrow. Banana. The man. Shaking. Bottle. The lady. That one. Fingerprint, that's what it is. That one. That one. That one. Oh. No! Oh, that was a good bait. I saw Jason mask and was like, he has to have the chainsaw, obviously. I got. I just want to get on the fucking board. That requires 60, which is a lot. I don't know if I'm going too fast on a lot of them. Probably the case. Path. Axe. Chainsaw. Path. Man. Dinosaur. Gun. Knife. Shaking. Lady. Ring lady. Arrow. Axe. Fingerprint. Path. Oh! Oh, I got baited. Fuck. Okay. Shit. Knife. Path. So the path is when the knife is in the body. Yeah. Okay. Poison. Gunshot. They mix it up good. Yeah, it's when the knife is in the body. Okay. Lady. Poison. Lady. Time slot? Okay. Monk. Chainsaw. Knife. Arrow. Ring lady. Man. Knife? Poison. Yeah, there isn't normally a TV crew in that spot, in that level. I noticed that. Zombie. That guy. Ring lady. Arrow. Gun. See, it didn't have the knife in it. No, I panicked. I panicked. I think that's my same high score though, right? 36. Okay, again. Tying my high score like a dummy. Okay. Slice. Poison. Gun. Shark. Chainsaw. Gun. Shaking. Poison. Path. Slice. Arrow, not the monkey. Gun. Zombie. Time. Chainsaw. The time ones take me a while sometimes. I don't trust my initial instinct. Lady. Knife. Bottle. That one. Ring lady. That. Lady. That was so close. Monkey. Shark. Bottle. Woo! Dude, I'm telling you, the time ones freak me the fuck out. Monkey. Oh, I got path gunshot mixed again. Dude, that one's so brutal. Because you see the paths thing and you want to just go. Oh. So close. I don't know how many more runs I got in me though. Kind of need to do a stretch break. Apple break sort of situation. Knife. Slice. Man. Poison. Lady. Shakers. Bottle. Shakers. Lady. Knife. Slice. Zombie. Knife. Lady. That thing. Monk. Chainsaw. Lady. Zombie. Not a zombie. That took me a moment. That one? Goddamn cameras, dude. That's so fucked up. When the camera crew's here, it's the opposite. I didn't know the camera crew could show up here. Because I chose the right fingerprints. That's fucked. Goddamn camera crew. Goddamn camera crew. This game's pretty sweet. I'm still getting mixed. The shot, getting shot when there's walking past, and then camera crews. Those two things fuck me up. More than anything else. More than anything else. I like the pose that our dude does when we guess right. He's like, huh! Slice. Lady. There's the fucking zombie in the hospital and it's not her that's doing it. Wait, it's the opposite. What? I got triple mixed? What? How? Okay, I officially don't understand how camera crew works. I thought I understood, now I don't understand. Camera crew is an auto loss? Like, what's happening? Because Dinosaur has the little flower things. So I would think that normally it would be that. But I'm like, oh, camera crew, reverse Uno card. Gotta be that one. But it wasn't. I don't understand. The other camera crews, I could get it because I thought that's how it worked. But now I really don't know how it works. Does, like, flower overwrite camera crew for some reason? Like, how, what? What's going on? What's going on here? What are the actual rules? This song is dope, by the way. Slice. Okay. I'm just waiting to get screwed by the camera crew, is basically all it comes down to now. And just praying that I guess the right thing, because I clearly don't know how it works. Okay. Gun. Did not fall for the bait that time. Monkey. Wait, what? Wait, there was no body. What? That never had happened. I thought I had seen it all. What? So he was gonna give me flowers? There was no thing? Oh. God damn it. That's crazy. There was just no body and he was gonna give me flowers. Wild. I thought I had seen it all. Okay. The time ones are still spooky to me. Clown with a knife, classic. Flower things. Monkey. Arrow. Scary lady. That one. Fingerprint. Chainsaw. Flower. Bottle. Monkey. Club. Okay, we've never seen that. Gun. I almost fell for it. I almost fell for it. Monkey with a knife? Monkey with a knife? Did not see that coming. Did not see monkey with a knife coming. No, I fucked it up. I did. That was me. That was me. But okay, it's not a high score. Wait, that is a high score. Yeah, yeah. Dude, monkey with a knife. I just want to get the 60 bomb. Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Gotta get into the rhythm. Gun. Shot. Dinosaur. Gun. Dinosaur. Scared. Dinosaur. That thing. Lady. Not chainsaw. Axe. Arrow. Flower. Guy. Dinosaur. A lot of dinosaurs today. And by today, I mean this run. Okay. 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 Arrow. Dinosaur. Lady. Flower. Knife. Gun. Don't get hit by the fake path. Fingerprint. Poison. Monkey. Shark. Flower. What? Okay, I officially don't understand how this works. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. For this and for camera crew, no touchy. No touchy. Because accusing anyone, you're accusing somebody of committing murder. But we don't want to accuse anyone because no one actually died. It's part of the movie or it's just a thing. There's no body here, so no one actually died. This is just a regular old grandma with a chainsaw that you see at the hospital on a regular occasion. As you do. Okay. I think I understand now. I'm hoping my new theory is correct. I'm pretty sure that's correct, though. Knife. Lady. Knife. Shack. Arrow. Shack. Monkey. Gun. Lady. Fingerprint. Old man. Arrow. Lady. Arrow. Chainsaw. Path. Path. Fingerprint? Yeah. Fingerprints are kind of tricky sometimes. Some of them look close. That was a pretty decent start to that run, too. I was kind of moving and grooving. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. The run. Wow, that lady's full open on the clock. Knife. So weird when it's just like a regular person with a knife and nothing else happening. No one's shaking or anything. Lady. Gun. Lady. They kind of both looked like ladies. Path. Lady. Chainsaw, not Mask Man. Guy with gun? That's not a guy with a gun. The other one's a guy. Fuck. God damn it. Poison. Gun. Axe. Arrow. Shakes. Dinosaur. Chainsaw. Devilman. Axe. Lady. Knife. Satan Man. Shakies. Man. Gun. Arrow. Path. Arrow. Demon. Monkey. Arrow. Gun. Fake path. Dinosaur with a club. Fuck! There's no body! I'm not supposed to accuse anyone! I don't think we've ever seen the female symbol with no body. Oh. Dude, how are they still throwing new things at me? That's so fucked. Why is it him? Oh, because he's shaking. Alright, never mind. No, that was fine. That was fine. Yeah. Normal shakes, no weapons. Yeah. Yeah. Poison. You like have to make sure there's a body there, huh? I don't know why I got the female male symbol mixed up there. Okay. Okay. Poison. Lady. Gun. Arrow. Knife. Time. Demon. Knife. Lady. Gun. Axe. Lady. Arrow. Scary lady. Lady. Bottle. Monkey. Dino. Time. 2. Nobody. Camera crew. It's nobody. Poison. It was double camera crew. Are you serious? You're gonna double camera crew me? Oh. Oh. Bro, I figured it out and then insta died. Fuck. Oh, I was like, I finally got it. I finally knew not to accuse anyone because it's a camera crew. Why are they even calling me to a camera movie theater when I've got real murders to take care of? Why am I even being brought there? Ridiculous. Time on the clock. Gun. Dino. Lady. All right. There's no body! Fuck! God damn it. It's easier to notice the camera crew. God damn it. Nobody was there. That's so fucked. Especially when they did it right after another fingerprint like that. Just doubling up on me, huh? Fucking brutal. Fucking brutal. Gun. Monkey. Clock. Yes, clock. Yeah. Shakes. Gun. Scary lady. Lady. Monkey. Time on the clock. Bottle. There's nobody! There's nobody! There's nobody! Nobody's definitely the hardest for me right now. Camera crew, I can spot it a lot easier than anything else. Ugh. Nobody being there is fucking brutal. Because it always is one of the ones where it gives you like a different signal to look for, like an arrow or a body shaking or something. And so you don't really look at the body itself to then realize that was never even a body there in the first place. Okay, alright. Gun. No body. There is no body. Gun. Okay. Monkey with a club. Oh, that was so confusing in my brain. That on. Okay. Gun. Ah, he was shaking. He was shaking. Ah, fuck. Ah. I knew I had a good run going there, too. I panicked. I panicked. I saw them both, and I was like, wait, which one is it? And then I went with the shaking one, but when it's her, she's the one. Dude, this is addicting. I want to get on the board. Hey, but you know what? I got my first one past the no body being there thing. So that's an improvement. But still, brutal. Brutal. What's a chef doing in there? Okay. Okay. Zombie. Poison. Yup. Yup. Gun. No, it's a camera crew! Ah, it's a camera crew. Ugh. Like right as I was pressing it, I knew I fucked up. Goddamn camera crew. Goddamn camera crew. I was up in the 30s, I think, at that point, too. Alright. This is the one. This is the one. He's shaking. This next one. Next one's the one. Next one's the one. The run. The run. Alright. Gun. Old man gun. Dinosaur. Knife. Knife. Zombie. AKA teeth knives. Lady. Man. Clown. Gun. Shakers. Axe. Arrow. How could it have not been a dinosaur? Poison. Flower. Arrow. Dinosaur. Monkey. That one. That one. Clock. Shakes. Flower. Nah! Freddy Mask, you motherfucker. Fucking Freddy Mask, dude. Freddy Mask doesn't mean he has the fucking thing. It doesn't mean he has the thing. It's just a lot of the time he has the thing. But he doesn't always have the thing. The chainsaw. He doesn't always have it. He just often has it. Brain fart. I gotta break 50 at least, right? But if I gotta break 50, then I might as well break 60. Okay, alright. Okay. Slow it down. Slow it down. This is fine. Okay. Alright, make sure there's a body. Make sure there's a body. Okay. There's a camera crew. Camera crew. Shake. Oh my god, you fucking assholes. These fucking bitches double no body me. Son of a bitch. Double no kills, rather. Double no kills? That's like cheating, man. Fuck. Okay, alright. That was fucked up. That was fucked up. Okay. Make sure there's a body. Make sure there's no camera crew. Body and 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 camera crew. Gun. Monkey. Bottle. Zombie. Camera crew, camera crew, camera crew, camera crew. Watch out for no body. Okay, there is a body. Body. Arrow. Time. Man. Lady. Oh my god. They both had axes. Poison. Gun. Knife. Dino. Poison. Monkey. Time. Chainsaw. Flower. Lady. Camera crew, camera crew. No. No deaths, no deaths, no deaths, no body, no body, no body. Lady. Lady. Flower. Dude, there's gonna be a fucking camera crew. I got 61 though, it doesn't matter. We got 61, it doesn't matter. 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 We're on the board. We're on the board. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We're on the board. We're on the board. Let's go. 28 for Purtle 28. Hey, it's not 69. Matsu, I see you. It's not 69, but we're on the board. 61. Go to 100? No way. Dude, the timer got shorter. Did you notice that? Am I crazy? The timer got shorter, right? Yeah, look how short the time got. That's crazy. That's spooky. Okay. Woo. Well. Let's see the comments. Crispy and interesting. I enjoyed the many patterns. I was worried the patterns would be enough. So glad I could make it so much so that I think it was a lot. The tempo is fun and good and really fun. Pixel art is comical or good. It was fun to combine the pixel art and surrealism. The curse is scary. The curse will die scary. A sense of tempo that makes you addicted. Yes. The animation of the Poirot who drops his shoulders is cute. I want to see it for a long time. The situation and characters are surprisingly abundant. I'm always looking forward to the incident. And it was interesting. As far as I can judge of the game, it was wonderful to put in the detective game. Tempo was good. Pixel art, high quality. Speaking of the Poirot series, I don't know what this is. What is the Poirot series? Hold on. What is this? Oh, it's like a thing? It's something. Agatha Christie's Great Detective something. Maybe it's that. Related to that. Anyway. The patterns came out as many times as I wanted. It was rewarding, fun. It was interesting. Pixel art is good. I often got caught when the victim was absent. Yeah, because there were only fingerprints and dying messages. It was so fun that I wanted to scream when I made a mistake. That was definitely me. It was so fun I wanted to scream when I made a mistake. Yep. The view of the world makes you laugh unintentionally. It's also very good. I used to use a swipe operation assuming a smartphone. Certainly okay if I do it with a click. It's fun because it's difficult to identify the criminal immediately. BGM is very cool. I also agree with that. Craftsmanship is very polite. Curse people who don't get caught first. Probably not the W. It was great to make the pictures, and it was fun. There are so many variations. I'm at the mercy of good feeling without shooting or a corpse. Oh, so this guy got over 100 points? Shit. Hold on. Let's see. Let's look to the top. Oh, that was one of these guys? 100 yen. Yeah, you got 102. Shit, nice. Okay, well. I spent a little more on that than I probably should have, but it was addicting to do. So that just goes to show how good it was. I mean, it was really fun. It was really goofy. It was, they really kept, every time I thought okay, I've seen everything, then boom, they would switch something would be adjusted. I think I almost got there to seeing about everything, but I'm sure there might have been another one or two that I hadn't seen yet. Who knows? But overall, that was good. It was good. It was good. Really fun. Obviously makes a lot of sense why it got second. Super addictive, very fun to play, and high quality all around with the music, the pixel art, the menu, easy to pick up and learn, all that stuff. So good stuff, good stuff. But close the wrong tab. But it's time for a much overdue stretch break. It's actually been over 2 hours. So that goes to show how much I've been enjoying that one. I mean, I wasn't playing that game for 2 hours, but did the past 2 games in a row. So definitely need a stretch break, definitely need to pee, definitely need to blah blah blah. So that means it's time to watch a video while I stretch and get an apple. And I guess I probably should go for the last game, right? It's either that or do another Picross and maybe save the very last one for another day. I don't know, I'm worried that the last one could be long. Worried the last one could be long. So, I have a video to watch. Wait, why'd you say shorter? I wasn't paying attention. So I'm actually gonna go pee first, and then I'm gonna come back and stretch, just so that way I don't have to like abruptly pause the video and stuff, okay? So be right back, screen.
We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible. Thank you for your call. We appreciate your business and the opportunity to assist you. We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible. We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible. Thank you for your call. We appreciate your business and the opportunity to assist you. We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible. We know your time is valuable. Thank you for holding. Someone will be with you as soon as possible. Thank you for your call. We appreciate your business and the opportunity to assist you.
Okay. Alright, headset is on. It's time for a video about, apparently, why the $5 footlong failed, which I didn't even know that was a thing? The $5 footlong failed? I don't know. But Polymatter. Oh, you can't see it. I was gonna say wanted to make sure to show the channel. Polymatter made this video that we're gonna watch about why the $5 footlong failed. I feel like, okay, so I haven't been to a McDonald's in a very long time, right? But I would assume, like, you know how there's the dollar menu, or there used to be the dollar menu? I would assume that things on the dollar menu are either no longer on the dollar menu, or just cost more than $1 but are still on the dollar menu because of inflation. And I feel like that's what this is gonna be, because like why would it be anything else, right? I mean, maybe there's more, but we'll see.
Sponsored by Dashlane. Protect your passwords free for 30 days with the link in the description.
I'll
When
boost
the
it a
United
little
States
bit.
gets hungry, and we do that a lot, we like to hop in our car, preferably not get out of our car, and pay an absurdly small amount of money. Fast food or quick service restaurants are a $256 billion a year business made one.
I
or
honestly
two or
can't
$5
recall the last time
at
I
a
went
time.
to a McDonald's
Globally,
or a
there are
fast food place.
20,000 KFCs, 30,000 Starbucks, 37,000 McDonald's, and more than any other, 43,000 Subways.
I would
There's one in
have
every
expected
US
more
state, every
McDonald's.
US territory except American Samoa, schools, churches, and casinos. One even was hydraulically lifted above New York's Freedom Tower during its construction to accommodate workers who didn't have enough time during their lunch break to go down to ground level. Subway, like many companies, got so big by outsourcing its growth, allowing just about anyone, just about anywhere to open their own location. It's the
That's true.
poster child for
Franchising. Yeah.
growing 22% during the worst recession in 75 years. But it's also a perfect example of what can go terribly wrong.
Okay.
In 2017, Subway lost over 900 US stores.
That's a
and $5 footlong,
pretty long
the
amount.
catalyst behind the company's insane growth, became the source of its downfall. So why do some companies choose to share their business model when they could just keep all the profit themselves?
What's
If
overhead?
you A, like the idea of being your own boss, and B, know how to cook, you might be tempted to start a restaurant. Something like 1,000 new independent restaurants open each year in the US, and it's easy to see why. The average American spends 13% of their income on food, nearly half of which is eating out. Gyms and travel agencies are fickle, but almost everyone needs to eat.
True.
And starting a restaurant can cost as little as $100,000, which, while not exactly cheap, is relatively accessible for many people with loans. But, of course, it's much easier said than done. The
I'm not
idea
vegan.
of not having a boss sounds
I'm not vegan. Also, I mean, I don't refuse to go to restaurants or anything. Well, I mean, I do now, kind of, because of COVID and stuff. But, you know, before that, I didn't refuse, but I wouldn't go out of my way to go somewhere, typically, because it's, unnecessarily expensive, and I like that, like, I don't know. If you make food for yourself that you like already, you know, and it's already healthy and it's already quick and it's cheaper, I mean, I just listed all the things that you would want about food. Healthy, cheaper, and I already like it. Now, that's not to say that, you know, sometimes you're looking for something a little different, but personally, I know that I am a bit, I've been referred to as a robot before for not, like, I have no problem eating the same stuff all the time, I guess. And some people think that's weird. But, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, also the people, I don't know. When would I go out to eat? Like, the only time I would actually, like, end up going to a restaurant, I feel like, was my parents wanted to do, like, a family dinner or something, or, like, a brunch at a restaurant to celebrate whatever. Or just to have us get together. But, like, if I was to do something with a bunch of friends, you know, before COVID or whatever, what we would probably end up doing is like making something together at like wherever we're hanging out, whoever's place we're at, would maybe people would bring things, or if it was something like really simple, we would like make something there at the moment, or like order pizza or something, right? So like none of that involves going out to eat. So yeah, just yeah. But even then, like your example here with sushi, like I feel like I would just go and pick it up. I don't know. Anyway.
Sounds great until you realize that means working long hours, getting paid last, and being responsible for every little thing that goes wrong. People often choose to open a Mexican restaurant because that's what they like, or a gym because they like working out, but soon find that managing a business and eating tacos are two very distinct skills.
Yes, they are.
Restaurants also have extremely high turnover and often employ family members, which makes firing them especially difficult. It's a myth that 90% of restaurants fail in the first year, but the truth is still not very promising. About a third in the first year and 2/3 after 3. Although this does include change of ownership, and sometimes owners are just ready to move on.
Yeah, change of ownership doesn't really quite count, but...
So if you do succeed, you tend to get a little...
confident.
If you can turn a $100,000 loan into a $100,000 profit...
Yeah, okay, I can see how this happens.
Why stop there? A second restaurant could double your income, at least, because now you have experience. The truth is, no matter how successful you are, you haven't yet proven the business model. You've proven the business model at this location with these employees.
Yeah, this part right here is very important to understand. Kind of with everything. Not necessarily just with the restaurant, but certainly with the restaurant because of location. Like maybe something works in one location, but definitely wouldn't work in another. But even just the idea of, even if you weren't counting location and whatever, maybe like the proportion of wealth in the area that it's located in, just the idea of you had a plan, a business plan or whatever, or just any plan and it worked, doesn't mean that plan will work again, even in the same exact conditions. And sometimes that is a hard one to swallow, but also sometimes it means you weren't really evaluating why it succeeded and what would maybe fail with that plan if you were to re-execute it.
To a new market isn't easy, even for the biggest companies on Earth. Amazon failed in China, Uber in Korea, and for a long time, Dunkin' in California. A smart business owner knows each and every new location is a huge opportunity and a huge risk. Enter the franchise. It's easy to see a company like Subway as an unstoppable giant, but one day it was just a 17-year-old kid in Connecticut trying to pay his way through medical school, and opening a second location meant gambling everything. The beauty of franchising for the franchiser, that is, the larger company, is that it shifts some of that risk to the franchisee, the person who pays to open a new location, and usually buys
the franchise model is like such a weird... Like, it makes sense, but it also is so strange at the same time. It is a mutually beneficial thing, I think. Just because the franchisee gets the benefits of the branding and all that kind of stuff, as well as a lot of the... I mean, they're going to talk about it, but the... What's the word? Or distribution of advertisements as well as food and stuff. They probably have a system that you can kind of hook into that way. So, like, there's a lot of things that do get not solved for you necessarily, like sort of solved for you. And so it does make sense.
And building,
but at the same time,
every franchise
then you're kind of held to whatever they tell you to do in some fashion.
Is different, but here's how it generally works. First, anyone who meets the minimum requirements can apply to open a new location. The potential franchisee and an agent representing the franchisor will then interview each other, deciding whether it's a good fit. This culminates in what's called the Discovery Day, where the candidate flies to the company's headquarters, meets its executives, and sees its operations firsthand before making a final decision. If both parties are satisfied, they sign a franchise agreement, which has three main components. First, it sets the length of the contract. A franchise is really a lease, and when it expires, usually in 5 to 10 years, both parties have to agree to renew it. Otherwise, the franchisee is simply out of luck. Second, it outlines the costs. There's an upfront, one-time franchise fee, think $10,000 to $50,000, and an ongoing royalty, say 4 to 15% of all revenue. Finally, the franchise
15 sounds like a lot of fucking percentage.
agreement lays out in great detail exact requirements for doing business, from how everything is made, what's on the menu, and often what hours it must be open, sometimes on Christmas. The goal is to maintain consistency. Every McDonald's and Subway and Dunkin' should look, smell, and feel the same. Without
Why did he include smell there? I mean, he's kind of right, to be honest, but surprised he included. This is Russia? Where is this? That shirt looks like it's Russian.
these strict standards, individual stores could coast on the success of the brand as a whole, while cutting corners and saving money. For the franchisee, this model is attractive because it's relatively safe. If people like McDonald's fries in DC, you can pretty safely bet they'll also like them in Portland. And when the time comes, it's much easier to sell a Pizza Hut than a generic Bob's Local Pizza. You probably won't be as rich as
Unless you're in the East Coast and not a piece of a garbage idiot that would eat at a franchise place when you're in fucking like upper East Coast. You should never be eating in a Pizza Hut, like ever. Going to basically anywhere on a map and like just look pizza place is gonna be better almost every time. There's no way.
as, say, a successful tech startup, but you'll also sleep much better at night, knowing that while your income ceiling is much lower, the floor is much higher. The secret to Subway's success is that stability combined with low barriers to entry. Its franchise fee is just $15,000, in total about a tenth of the cost to open a McDonald's. They're also quite small.
Holy shit. I didn't realize that's a huge fee. 45K? Bro, what the?
Just 1,200 square feet on average compared to McDonald's 4,500.
Okay. I never really thought about that. But yeah, I guess. Honestly, I have not had too much experience in Subway. I mean, I don't have much recent experience in anything, but I have definitely been in a decent number of McDonald's in my earlier half of my life. Earlier third of my life? Whatever. Doesn't matter. Point is, I've barely been in Subways. But when I have seen them, they do look like they're smaller on average. I wonder if that's to like... I don't know, do people eat their Subway sandwiches in Subway? Because like some people will actually eat their McDonald's in McDonald's. But I feel like I don't recall anyone ever actually eating Subway. I feel like everyone always takes their Subway with them. Whereas McDonald's, sometimes you do that. I don't know.
In 2013, Subway opened 50 new locations a week. That's 7 every single day on average. But don't confuse Subway's success with its franchisees. Companies like to portray franchising as a sort of economic marriage. Both wish the other success, while the corporation provides support and guidance. The reality, though, is often much different.
This is not going to surprise me. Because obviously they're just trying to, do that whole capitalism thing. Shareholders, yo.
Local owner of a Subway, for example, might argue that while he or she is in the business of selling sandwiches, Subway, the corporation, is really in the business of selling its logo. Because it doesn't own any of its stores but makes a minimum of 15 grand no matter how successful they are, it's incentivized to open lots of locations, regardless of how qualified the applicants. Unless they have exclusive territory agreements, longtime franchisees may find themselves competing with another Subway, or 6 within a mile radius, and they often find franchise agreements overly restrictive. Sure, you don't have to come up with new recipes or find the right equipment, just follow the instructions, but you also don't get to if you have a better idea.
Yeah, this is the part I've definitely heard about before, where like, this is the thing where like, if you're in a certain region and you know what your customers want, but then the franchisor won't let you give them what they want, which would be more money. That's definitely a thing that happens.
This tension became an all-out war with the $5 footlong. It started as a brilliant idea. Something about that clean, even $5 price attracted customers like nothing else in the company's history. Now, one would assume a $6 footlong would sell about 20% worse, because, you know, math. But one would also assume no one would eat disgusting cashews, and yet you goons gobble them up like...
Well, where did this come from? Where did this come from? Why are we shutting down cashews all of a sudden? Though, to be honest, I mean, I'm not a huge fan. But still, where did this come from?
Crazy. The point is, people are weird, and in the 15 years since the $5 footlong was introduced, haven't gotten any less weird. In fact, weirder, probably. But while we still like nice round numbers, because of inflation, $5 2004 is now equivalent to about $6.78. Not to mention the rising cost of labor, land, and health insurance,
Oh, that's a Five Guys thing?
which also vary considerably by region. In other words, Subway is making a lot less money for the same price. Well, Subway franchisees, that is, because remember, Subway Incorporated takes a cut of revenue, not profit. The promotion was great
Oh, not profit. Yikes. Yeah, that's gonna fuck things up.
for the corporation. It even threatened to sue other chains who used the term footlong in advertising the length of their sandwiches. And when an Australian teenager complained that his sandwich was only 11 inches long, Subway argued it's footlong, not foot long. Clearly, it's a descriptive name for the product, not intended to be a measurement of length. Duh. In 2004, Subway switched to a $6 combo with a drink and cookie or chips, but it wasn't nearly as successful. And
Yeah, obviously it
after much
wasn't.
fighting, the company finally made the $5 promotion optional for franchisees in
Oh.
2018. The damage,
That's interesting. I did not know that.
it seems, was already done. Subway fell into the franchise trap, focusing only on growth to the detriment of its existing locations. Meanwhile, people's preferences simply moved on. At their best, franchises represent the American dream. Anyone with an entrepreneurial appetite and even the most modest savings can go from working in a convenience store to owning one in a matter of years. But like anywhere money
Well.
is made, there tend to be a few big winners, the owners of 5, 10, 50 locations who've optimized for everything, and many others barely scraping by, despite not uncommonly making $1 million in revenue per store each year.
That's fucked.
Franchising can be a great opportunity, but it's important to remember that each new location is a new risk. Not just that it will fail, but everything you own will. Likewise, every time you sign up for a new website or app, you risk having not just it, but all your accounts hacked if you use the same or similar
Yeah,
password.
that's
Dashlane
annoying, huh?
protects you by generating
Oh, nice segue. I didn't even see it coming. I didn't
a
even see it
unique
coming.
password
I'll
for
give it
each
up.
and every website.
I'll give
that
it up.
delivers and fills them for
Hey,
so
you
don't
got
have
me.
to.
That was
Even
good.
better, you can get the password manager and a VPN for less than the price of each separately.
Shit.
The truth is, no one wants to think about
Hey,
security. You just
they
want
got
to be
me.
automatically protected, and Dashlane makes it all so seamless that there's really no reason not to. Use the link in the description to get a free 30-day trial of Dashlane Premium. And if you like it, use my code POLYMATTER
So.
to get 10% off. Thanks to Dashlane and to you for watching.
Here's the situation. Here's the situation. I actually can't even hear the music because I accidentally stepped on the wire that's my headset. But I'm gonna briefly check something here. Let me just see. Oh, that was nasty. I'm sorry, kind of. That was fucking gross. I'm sort of tempted to save the last game for another stream. I'm worried that it will take a little too long, because it is a puzzle game. I can confirm that it is a puzzle game. I don't know how many levels it has, though. And so I'm a little worried that it might take too long. I guess we could try, though. I guess it's either I try or I don't try, right? Oh shit, that was loud. Okay. Yeah, it would be nice to finish it, and I suppose it would be nice. Okay. Let's go for it. We're down to the last game. The winner of the game jam. Connect. First place. I mean, it's got to be a puzzle game, surely. So let's see. Okay. It is a puzzle game by Utica Kinjo. Connect isolated basic life form figures, basic life forms. By connecting them correctly, they will happily speak out. Okay. Mouse click only, connect the figures with the same color or shape with a straight line. Same shape bonus. If you keep connecting the same shape, you will get more Kododama. Same color. If you keep connecting figures of the same color, more words will come out. Speed bonus. Start to squeeze early. If you finish squeezing early, additional words will appear. So I'm not entirely sure what this means. But we're gonna find out, so. Pause that music. That's my music, not the actual game. Oh, that's not the thing I wanted to click. Nope. Oh my god, streamers should put it in studio mode instead. Whatever. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so it's a little loud. Okay, it was a little loud. Had to turn that down. Okay, so I can't read this, so this is potentially problematic. Oh, that'd be devastating if the first place game I can't play. Alright. For saying words. That was a tutorial or something, maybe. Oh, okay. 10. Oh. Okay. Alright. I don't know if I'm doing this good or not. Hopefully I am. I don't know. I'm a little worried. Oh, I guess I should have... I don't know. I did by color and then by shape. How am I supposed to start? Oh, wait a second. No, don't disconnect. Reset. How are you supposed to... I don't understand. How do you get around? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, don't do that. Hold on. I need to like go. I need to. Okay. No, that doesn't work though. It disconnects. Reset. Reset. We can't skip this one. This is the fucking first place game. So the white square, white circle. How do we get... How do we do that? So I get I can do this and then go... Or I can start here and then boom, boom, boom. White across to green. But then how do I get this? This one's the one that I don't understand. Do I have to just have one disconnected? Disconnected? Yeah, I don't... Maybe it's just this is the best one to do then. Might just be the best score. What is this? Oh, okay, we learned a new thing. We got like a little switch. Okay, I did that wrong. Oh, because this is yellow. Oh. So I need to square with white. Boom, boom. Okay, okay. I kind of get it a little bit. I think I'm getting there. Can I reconnect? Hold on. I think maybe we go this way first then? Oh, but then there's that one. Alright, hold on. If I go... There we go. Okay. That's cool. I think you get more points if you have the same stuff in a row, though. Oh, did I finish? What happened? Oh, there's more words. Okay. Damn, I wish I could read this. Oh, more words. Oh. What just happened? Wait, how do you connect? So you have to take the disconnect? I guess? Maybe? I don't... Okay. So if I go... I think I can get this fully. That was sweet. That was sweet. These are the two white ones. That's gotta be good. Colors and same shape. This game's cool. I'm sure there's probably a little bit of detail I'm missing, but... Nice. Got them all. Alright, yeah, this is cool. Oh, that might have been it then. Bonus scores? 286. How did I do? Okay. Am I on the board? Oh, I'm not even on the board? Alright, alright. Now what? Can I press any buttons to reset? Doesn't seem like I can. I'm trying to click places. Nothing seems to happen. Maybe I can translate that bottom part. And then, maybe that'll help. I think, it is cool, from what I can tell at least. Japanese. Oh, this says, I think this is supposed to be like, thanks for playing or something. The bottom part. And then I imagine this is like score 1 and score 2, but usually there's a way to like restart the game or something, no? Maybe not. Maybe not. You never know. The spirit of words collected. I guess there just is not a way to restart it. That's a shame. I'd be willing to give it another go. I still might give it another go, but before that, let's take a peek at the comments. The figures are cute, was funny. It was a lot of fun to be able to play fast with a stylish production. Let's connect. Omnidirectional perfection. The direction and graphics are emo and nice. The text is also nice. I played many times, although I couldn't get a score. Why not? It was a wonderful worldview game. Yeah, so us missing the text is us obviously missing some storyline here. Emotional production. Although it was simple figures, it had a human touch, was very nice worldview. View of the world. The worldview is the best. I want to imitate it. Graphics, texture. So this part, worldview is the best. I think that actually just means the like atmosphere of the game. Like the vibe of the game, the art style, the whole composition, the music, everything. Because I've definitely seen this kind of language before from the translations, and it typically is something along those lines. Graphics are clean, I will say. The graphics are pretty clean. Like they're smooth, they transition nice and everything. Very nice. At first I misread that. I don't think it's quality for a week. It's amazing. The difficulty of the puzzle was also chewy. Nice to have a little story. Difficulty was moderate, enjoyed. Comfortable, it was good, it was divided into 2 parts. It was a good game where you can embrace emotions in basic life figure forms. I was surprised at the great perfection and atmosphere with outstanding taste. It was a beautiful, interesting game. Take your hat off for a polite tutorial. A simple but smart, surprisingly smart game design. It's a strange feeling that mere inorganic figure brought to life. Attached to it, very cute. So yeah. Apparently the language, the words in there are make it much better, and we're missing out. But it'd be like that sometimes. I think I'm gonna refresh the page, give it one more go, and I'd like to see if I can beat it without any disconnects. That's all I really care about. I think there is a bonus for going fast, but eh. So let's refresh. Let's refresh. Do my look away. Little posture check action. Little posture check. Little posture check. Shoulders back. Posture check-a-ronies. A little bit of water, perhaps. A little water, perhaps, maybe. This one did take a while to load. I didn't notice that before. Once it loads, it's like it's pretty clean, like running wise, like no lag really or anything. All right, so my goal is just to get through without having any disconnects. I don't really care too much about the rest. I don't know if that will make me have less points or something, but that's okay. I mean, the ones that are easy we can speed through, but don't know if it gives me more points. I can't really tell. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is that a disconnect? Oh yeah, because it's not the right color. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, alright, hold on. Wait a second. Okay, I got it. Wait a second. Try that one more time. Okay, just checking. I was just checking to see if I could go through that or not. Okay. This one I couldn't figure out how to do without disconnecting. That's right. That's right. 'Cause the only way through is the middle. Like you can't do anything else. So how do I get through this one? There's like no way to get this. You have to like start here, but you automatically get a disconnect, don't you? Unless there's like, unless I can like kind of cheat somehow. I can get the wire very close. Oh! I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do that. I feel like I was not supposed to be able to do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be able to do that, but I'll fucking take it. That didn't feel right, the way that it was janky, but I'll take it. I will take it. I believe I did this. Yeah. Right. Right. There it is. There it is. Alright, then we have this part, some lyrics, or more words. I can't read it, unfortunately. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's great. Wait, reset it. Oh, I can't reset it. Fuck, okay. If I go... Disconnect. No! Reset! I can't reset. Alright, so yeah, I'm not gonna reset the game just to do that. Just because it won't let me. But, yeah, alright, so then in that case... No. No. We gotta end with these, I think, so... Okay. There's maybe a way to get a better score there, but... Alright. This. But we need that at the end, huh? So... Okay. Looks like a pretty decent score. Squares. These are different colors? Yeah. So... That seems pretty decent. Oh, look at that score, 331. And I fucked up in the middle too. I fucked up those ones. All right, I'll take a 331. Damn, that actually might put me pretty high. Oh shit, 15th, and that's with me fucking up. I could maybe reset and get in top 10 if I didn't. It's weird that it lets you. I don't like that it lets you reset, not resetting the last ones, even though, like, it's weird. It'll let you reset if you haven't finished connecting them all, but once you finish connecting them all, then it automatically moves on, which seems strange. Because, like, why would it let you reset during the level, but then not once you finish connecting them all? I don't know. I think that part's a little strange. That aspect, I think, is a little bit weird, but still, overall, really cool. It is really a tight package. You know, it's not a long game, but it is well made. It's like fairly easy to understand. The split, I mean, I'm sure a lot of like the language and stuff that I miss kind of ruins, you know, I don't get, there's definitely some factor of stuff that I miss out on, which is unfortunate. But we've come to that before. We know that kind of happens. So definitely solid game for sure. I mean, let's zoom back out here. Certainly can see why it was a #1. It's quick, because sometimes if it's a good puzzle game, but it's a little bit longer, or maybe a little bit tougher, not as many people might not finish it, and then they'll not give it as high a score, perhaps. So that's why I definitely can see maybe compared to like, even, I mean, I couldn't play this one because there's just a little bit too much Japanese. I couldn't figure out what was going on. But even this one, like, this is a good game, but some of it's a little tricky. But it's a different vibe too, right? This is always going to be longer, even if you aren't going for the 100%. Whereas this game is always going to be a pretty quick play. You'll figure out what it is, and it's similar to this, where it's like addicting to do. I like the different range of like representation in these top 6 actually this time, because like, yes, this is a puzzle game, this is a puzzle game, this is technically a puzzle game, but they're very different. They're very different puzzle games. And then you have like some addicting repetitive ones. You got the detective, and then you got the ghost camera game. Those are both like little addictive things. This one, I think, again, I only played it for like 5 minutes because I just couldn't figure out how to do stuff. Maybe I could have if I like paid a little more, like maybe, but I don't know. It would take a lot of effort, I think. There definitely are like pictures and stuff that aren't Japanese, so that maybe I could do that, but I think, I don't know, maybe it just doesn't work in my brain. But either way, this one, the name of it being 5 Days Journey, I feel like maybe there's some story here that as well. But anyway, the top 6 are all great, even though I didn't really get to play the 6th one much. All fantastic. And yeah, they've done it again. A great set of winners, categories, and across the top. So I look forward to the next one. And as far as Connect goes, definitely see why it got first. I mean, there's definitely a little bit of missing, which probably would make it a little even extra why I understand why it got first. In my mind, any of these really could have gotten first. They're all great, so. They're all great. Cut the music. Cut the music. Okay. We're done. It's taken a while. I don't know if I've just been slow on it, or if, I don't know. Or if we've been doing other things in between, which is fine. But I feel like we were on that forever. I feel like we were trying to do that indie game winners section for so long. But it doesn't matter, because we finished it. We finished them up. We finished them up, and they were all fantastic. And there was only one, I think, that we had to skip, which was number 6, that plane one, the space one. So that's not a bad like average, only having to skip one out of the 10 plus games or whatever it was. That's a pretty good number. That's a pretty good number. I forgot to tag again, huh? I was just realizing I forgot to tag. So, you know, usually in the Discord channel announcements, I try to do like the @here thing and say that I'm live. I've forgotten to do it the last like 2 or 3 times. The reason I forgot to do it today, and the reason I usually forget to do it, is because I tend to not do it right at the actual beginning of the stream, like when I'm eating / watching a video, right? I usually want to do it when I'm actually about to start playing games. But then I forget because I'm already like in the zone. So if anyone ever feels like yelling at me to make sure in the future, feel free. As far as Friday goes, so here's the thing. I want to say March 7th is National Cereal Day. I don't know what I want to do in the run-up to National Cereal Day, because the 7th is like Monday. Let me actually double check. National Cereal Day. Getting lazy. That's not getting lazy. It's getting focused. Yeah, March 7th is Cereal Day, but that's a Monday, so pad. So probably would then do Cereal Day the day before, on the 6th, which is Sunday, which is fine. But what I'm wondering is, it seems like, you know, a lot of the other cereal videos I've done since the last, like I usually just do one cereal a video, which is fine. I think it's better. I think it does better that way. Unless it's like more of a cohesive thing, like, oh, I'm trying all these Cheerios and ranking them against each other. That kind of makes sense. But when it's like Cosmic Brownies, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Dunkaroos, right? Like if I put like a bunch of random ones together, it kind of is like just random, and I feel like people don't care about that. That's my perspective from what I've seen, based on how those videos, like the group videos, compared to the individual ones. I mean, I could be wrong, but let me just see. Yeah, I mean, just from a quick look here, yeah, we can look. I can show you what I'm looking at. 222 on Tuesday. I mean, 222. But if you just look at this, right? All the cereal videos. Pumpkin Spice. Special K, 58. Cheerios, 85. Group 1, when I ranked a bunch, when we had a bunch of different ones for Cereal Day, 33. Okay. The very first cereal video, 64. Because I'm gonna say the new Pokemon cereal probably carried me there for those extra views. The Halloween one, look at this, 138. All these three together. I think the thumbnail maybe was pretty fire there. Maybe that did it. Apple Pie Toast Crunch, not bad either. 43. One of the other group ones, 33. Right, so you can just look at the numbers. The numbers tell the story. The individual cereals have more views than the group ones, on average. So I think that trend is what's gonna continue if I do more. The problem is, I think okay, this is an idea, right? Because if I'm doing like a National Cereal Day stream on the 6th, doesn't mean I can't, like, I could just try a bunch, but then like on the stream, but not like split them up individually into videos, like those portions of the stream. Because otherwise, like, I don't know. I don't really want to I don't want to have to do a bunch of like individual streams for cereal, because I just feel like that's not a good idea. But since I'm chatting because it's already 8:45, you know what I mean? So there's not a lot of time for me to start something new, and this is on my mind, so I want to talk to you about it, because you guys will, you know. So for example, I'm not gonna pull out all of the different ones I have, right? But these were the two closest ones. So, right? I have like this thing, right? strawberry chocolate turtle cereal. Hype. Great. Fantastic. But I've had these for a long time. This one as well. Peanut butter puffins. Right? I've had these since like last year's cereal day. Or something. You know, like they've been around for a while. So I can't just like keep them sitting in here. So I'm thinking I might do like a cereal day stream. Like I might not do it on the Sunday of the 6th, because if I am gonna have a bunch, that's like a lot of sugar and that might make me not feel so great. So potentially could skip Sunday stream, do it all on Saturday instead or something like that, or on Friday, you know what I mean? Just do a bunch of them on Friday in one giant stream, but then, you know, split with the VOD, split that stuff up into individual videos, like kind of basically how I am doing the churro and the Cinegram one right now. The churro one's so close to being done. The only problem with doing multiple cereals for a stream is just like one, it like fucking like you like lose your taste buds by, you know, however long, which is why I think probably either start, like attempt to do them Friday, but then if I run out, or if I feel like, all right, I like can't taste anything anymore, then maybe move, like split it and do another half of it on the Saturday or the Sunday or something. I think that makes the most sense. Because I was thinking like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to like actually have a video come out on National Cereal Day, right? For the people that don't watch the stream. But then I would have to do the stream for it like this week or next week, you know? And at that point, I might as well use like the Cinegram video or something. I don't know. Basically, I'm not sure. Like, I could do a couple this Friday, a couple the next Friday, a couple the next Friday. That's not terrible, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's like either split up, do a few at a time the next couple weeks, or just do like a large session during the Friday leading up to National Cereal Day. I think those are the main options. Because everything else, yeah. I think those are the main options. I don't know. We'll talk about it on Discord and stuff, I guess, but I think we'll end here. You know, a few minutes early or whatever, but that's fine. I would have been willing to end like, you know, 10 minutes earlier, but I did want to kind of talk through my thought process. Maybe I would have an idea or someone else would have an idea. So, yeah. Not certain if I want to do the like couple this Friday, couple the next Friday, couple the Friday after that, or if I want to do a big session all at once. We'll see. I don't know. We'll think about it, but anyway, we'll see you Friday. I really want to try and finish the videos and stuff. I haven't put up one in a bit, so I've been trying. But anyway, bye. Have a good night. Sleep well and all that other stuff. Peace.